just, I don't know if you have like something, some project that you're working on or some kind of thing that you just want to put out there into the universe right here, right now. But do you have any kind of entrepreneurs in the cannabis space right now that you would love to just sit down with in a similar way that you've done in recent interviews and just interview and just have a conversation and just dive really deep into how they've designed their structures and entities?
Yeah. I've been asked this question before, and it's always like interesting because I've talked to a lot of people. There's definitely plenty of people out there I would love to like really sit down with and talk to. I've talked to a lot of them, but like, who's somebody I'm trying to really talk to. Who I really want to talk to? I want to talk to Josh Smith from Natura Sciences or Natura Life Sciences because I have his number. I text him. I'm trying to hunt him down honestly. To I've been trying to get an interview with him for a while, but he's uh he's someone that I've seen like for the over the last couple of years really like probably like top three if not number one like build. I've just been observing because I observe cannabis entrepreneurs kind of for a living, right? It's funny like what he's done with so let me grab what he's done with like the Sluggers brand.
Hmm.
Um, really impressive. I mean, it's something I actually want to do. Uh-oh, we got there we go. Sorry about that. The Sluggers brand it's been really impressive what he's done because it's first of all the design, the whole concept is great. He it's obviously based off the baseball cards and they're like the keef covered, joints. And I love because and a lot of these are like, for example, this is like cookies, right? This is a collab with cookies. They've got collabs with a bunch of people, and that's what we kind of want to do with Space Weed. But I've just seen what he's done, like how like built up these relationships with folks, and he's been, providing a lot of he helped a lot of people out initially, and then he's now gotten that back in return, and he's done a lot of different collaborations for his brand Sluggers, and he's just
Right.
making a lot of like really smart moves. Some of them are kind of aggressive, but I like it. Like I like the aggressiveness that he's like aggressive in the sense where he's just like moving just quickly, and it's a definitely a masterclass in
Mm.
real time. So he's definitely someone I would love to really just like sit down with and pick his brain and interview him and yeah.
That's a good one, man. Are you familiar with Matt Morgan by any chance?
Yeah, Matthew Morgan, of course. I would love to talk to him for sure. He's someone I would definitely would love to talk to. I've heard a lot about him over the years. Whether it's in my I do a lot of these interviews. Like when I do a documentary on someone, I do a lot of intake interviews. So I have like, I've got hours of like unreleased, like just phone interviews with people like
Mm.
Ivan, Jungle Boys, or other folks. And I remember Ivan, like when I first started covering the exotic story between Ivan and Murner, I know Matthew Morgan is that third counterpart to that whole story. And I've heard some interesting stories about him. And I mean, I've been told slash I've seen, or what I've seen, just I kind of came into the legal industry a little bit after that whole time period, right?
Hmm.
I was still, kind of in the streets, still traveling, kind of. It's just like, so I didn't even pay attention to all the stuff that was going on. But looking back on it, with the exotics deal and everything, I mean, he's someone that I've seen do. I mean, he really hit it big, I think, in that very first wave in American, legal cannabis. And I know he's probably I don't really know where he's at nowadays, but I know he's probably gonna make a comeback here soon. Or not to say he needs a comeback or anything, but just like I haven't really heard a lot about him lately, but I
Hmm.
know he's probably up to something really brilliant. So
Yeah, no, he's a super solid guy. I ran into him at BizCon, I think a couple of years ago. Super nice guy. Yeah, very easy to talk to. Really down to earth. I was following him for a while, kind of in the same way that you've been following a lot of operators. I forgot what it was, but something caught my eye just about like the way he was just moving and shaking and just, moving very quickly. I think he was actually one of the main guys that helped build up Reef dispensaries in Vegas
yeah,
and
he
also
was.
that whole facility. Just super impressive stuff, what he's been able to do. So yeah, I just wanted to put that out there too. I don't know if that if that's going to manifest into an interview or sit down with between you two. But selfishly, that's one that I would love to see. So I'm just putting that out there
Yeah,
for
I would
myself.
love to do that one too. I know he worked with Dan Blazarian and Ignite, which I'd be interested to talk to him about. I know it's
Yeah.
kind of must be I've heard some interesting stories about that.
Hmm.
But like, you know, I definitely a brilliant dude that I would love. He's definitely one of those people I would love to sit down with. I really don't. I was told like I was told like a couple years ago, last time I really he was doing something with CBD, I think, but I think he was doing something Ignite, obviously. But I don't know. He made a killing in that very first run. I was told he made like a ridiculous amount of money. So I mean, he's pretty much. It seems like he's set for. I mean, who knows? I don't really know his actual circumstance, but it seems like he's like he made it, you know, in the very first round, you know, the very first wave of this all. And I'm sure he's gonna come back and do some dope stuff, or he probably is. I don't know. But yeah, I would love to sit down with him. That'd be great.